Okay, hi. Sorry about that. I, I was ready to freaking add me to the stream, but the thing wasn't refreshing on YouTube. So I'm like, did it not go through? Did I not hit go live? What's going on? Anyway, hey everyone, what's up? Sorry, I know it's so late. I honestly wasn't going to stream tonight. Really wasn't. Um, but someone sent me an article and I just got to sit down and read it like 20 minutes ago. And I'm like, oh no, no, I want to stream. I want to stream about this. And in my search of finding the original article, I found another one. So yeah, that's why we're here. Anyway, hey OAH, hey Megan, hi Lily, hey Reagan, hi Kimberly Ann, hey Claire, what's up? How you doing? Hey Elizabeth, hey Jess, hey Charla, hey Triple Threat. My name used to be Mama Three. Oh, hey Mama Three, how are ya? Hey Tina, hey Renelle. Um, You just sent me some new info. Oh, okay. Oh, the post I was talking about was the blog post, the one just above it. Um, I haven't compared it though yet, like you mentioned, but we can do that now. Anyway, wait, what did you send me though now? Oh my gosh, she's still going. Dude, I haven't even looked at her Instagram today. I really haven't. Is she still fucking posting about this? Some of you asked about my son's heart surgery, but I never talk about my son, y'all. I respect his privacy. But please, upon asking, let me tell you everything you want to know. Yeah. Okay. We'll read that in a second. Um, hey Beth. Hey Kentucky girl. All right. So, yeah, I don't even have makeup on. I look like shit. I know I do. I don't even care. So I was sent a, a blog post. I'll send screenshots of a blog post, but I'm gonna be sharing. I'll put the links to it in the description at some point, like either during or shortly after the stream ends. But for now, I'm going to just share with you the exact article. So actually, I should share what she said first, huh? Then I should share the blog post. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, so I'm going to be reading one of her um posts. Here, let me refresh this. So she posted something yesterday that I'm going to be reading. Okay, so here's a blog post she did yesterday, and she's I gotta say, I think I've become kind of desensitized to the images that she'll post, even in regard to her own son. I had a friend over earlier, my friend Jen, and I kind of talked to Jen a little bit about this shit. I gotta say though, Jen's giving me some really good insight. So so as I'm about to read this post to her, she glanced over my tablet and she saw, or my iPad, and she saw the image. She's like, wait, what the fuck is it? So just showed it to her. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, she finally redacts her kid's face at least, so there's that. And she's like, why would she, redaction or not, why would she put that up in the internet? Like, why would you? She couldn't believe it. Like, she was just like, what is wrong with this chick? She's like, oh my god, I wouldn't like. It's crazy. Just it's crazy. Okay, but let me read what Katie wrote. So this is from yesterday. She wrote, "My son is my world. I wake up every day and I'm so grateful for the job I have. 5 years ago, our lives were at the lowest we had ever been. My poor son had gone through 3 brain surgeries and open heart surgery in the span of 9 months. We were not prepared for his health to deteriorate all at once. We knew he would need certain surgeries, but did not anticipate it would all happen in a short period. During this time, I had to quit my corporate job. We were a single income and scraping by after building a new home. We were so poor and destitute. We poured all of our energy into our son and his health, and all of our money into building the new home. We lost friends, became isolated, and lost family. We learned very quickly how little people care to rally around children with life threatening diseases unless it serves their needs. We learned quickly that unless your child can benefit a nonprofit for a photo op, people don't actually show up for you. We gave up our lives, and we do not regret a minute of it. When no one stood by him, we did. His doctors also never stopped believing in him. He recovered from these painful procedures. He will need more heart and brain surgeries throughout his life. We still are alone and have lost nearly every single family member and friend. Why? Because having a child with chronic illness is inconvenient for most people. Our stress and anxiety is not conducive for healthy relationships, and all of our time, money, and resources go to him. So the next time one of these asshole creators come for me and call me names, I'm not going to come for them because I know that this job has given our family the freedom we need to support our son, pay for his expensive durable medical equipment, therapy, nursing to save for his future. Oh, nursing and to save for his future. We don't spend lavishly. All of our money goes to him. Holy shit. I bet someone in her family asked her to borrow if they could borrow money. I bet that because I've been watching. Okay, anyways, allegedly, my opinion, whatever. We don't ask for help from anyone. We don't have family that helps. We don't have friends that care. We only have us. If me working to support my son is offensive to you, kiss off. While you were dragging me over petty crap, I'm dealing with real life crap. My son will never be cured. He will always need support, and I'm going to work my ass off to ensure that his needs are met. Period. Okay, I'm going to go into the comments here a little bit. I don't know if she might have deleted the comments though from last I looked. We'll see. So someone wrote, "You tell him, Mama, your boy is so lucky he got you for his mom. The ones that turn their backs on you will have no problem reaching out to you if need be, I bet. Funny how fucked up people can be, isn't it? Mind blowing." Katie wrote, "When my family was going through a crisis with a family member, they immediately came to me. I was sympathetic to them, but reminded them that I am spread thin." Oh my God, I bet someone did ask to borrow money. They didn't get it until they were walking in my shoes. And by the time they got it, I was done with them. How dare they ask? Fuck them. Fucking peasants. Okay. Um, his little dinosaur blanket on him in that hospital bed. There's nothing harder than watching your child suffer, whether physically, emotionally, socially. It's all heartbreaking. Just know you're not alone. His cardiologist that did that for him. Dinosaur everything at its direction. He made sure it was perfect for us when we checked it. Oh, that is sweet. I can relate. What can she relate to? Like, it's a lot of shit to relate to. I'm not reading all that. Whatever. She can't relate to shit. Um, Setting up people were so willing to step up and help when my son was a baby, but now that he's no longer a baby, help isn't really there. I'm doing it all by myself, and it's hard to be spread so thin. Due to my husband's death and the life insurance payout, I don't have to work right now, but that won't last forever, and I'll have limited options for working because of my son's needs and the difficulty finding care for him. But having a chronically ill child shows you who is willing to show up for you and who isn't. I had very few people willing to show up for me, but I keep them close because it's all I have. But you do have some people. I just want to point that out. That person does have some people. You know, I think that's the normal scenario. Katie wrote, "Same. When he didn't get better, they all checked out." So like Roach Motel. They check in, but they don't check out. I'm sorry. I don't know why just reading that. I was reminded of that stupid ad. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry to hear this. I had 3 brain surgeries and a teenager and myself and family had PTSD from the whole thing. People's ignorance to medical things is astounding. People did not know why I had crippling fear every time I had a headache or anything. I'll be praying for you, your family, and your sweet boy. On the plus side, you and your family will be able to help and support others going through the same thing. Oh, what? How can you can't ask her to do shit for other people? Look at all the help she needs. She she's having to do everything alone. How the hell can she help and support other people going through the same thing? Dude, that's just pretty selfish of you to put that on her. Sorry. Okay, Katie wrote, all three of us have been diagnosed with complex, ongoing traumatic anxiety slash stress. My son's neuropsychologist. What? Neuropsychologist. It's a thing. It wouldn't be psychiatrists or because wouldn't they I don't I feel like a medical degree of some sort would be included there, but so I'm not sure about this. Okay, I don't know what the hell. My son's neuropsychologist said there is no time to have PTSD when the trauma is ongoing. Maybe quit talking about it, Dad. Maybe quit reminding yourself about all the hard times you had years ago. Maybe you can recover that. I don't know. Anyway, what was this? Wait, who is she writing to? Moorhead. As someone with chronic health issues and disease, y'all are not alone. This seems to be a chronic condition attached to all conditions that may require someone do more than thoughts and prayers. In other words, nothing. People should always come first. They talk about the sick as a burden, like Katie does, as an extra expense, and then treat us as a profit center. Yet, as the disabled, we have made valuable and amazing contributions to this world. Stephen Hawking, FDR, Helen Keller, Annie Sullivan. These are just a small sampling. I wonder if Katie realizes that she wasn't suggesting Katie was as great as one of these people. She was talking about the people with the disability. But I have a feeling that when Katie read that, Katie thought, I'm just like Stephen Hawking. I am. All kinds of inventions that have transformed the world we live in. The telephone, oriental intention. What? I think that means original intention to help Belle's deaf mother hear. Listening to others and having compassion can be the mother of invention and possibilities. We need to build compassion and understanding back into our humanity. Your story, and that's if your son is inspirational, love has no limits. Find joy in every moment. Katie wrote, nonprofits love to profit off children with disabilities, but do next to nothing to actually help. And I'm not talking about nonprofit hospitals. Okay. I don't know what that means. Right. Um, oh, this is probably it's gonna have a lot more comments on it than it did yesterday, I bet. Oh, I think I read that one. Didn't I read it? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, now it's time to repeat them. Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm going to read a blog post, and we'll see if she says the same shit in this blog post. Um, Spoiler alert, she doesn't. Okay, so this is hosted over on Upworthy.com. Okay. Katie Paulson. I'm a writer, advocate, and free spirit who left the corporate world to follow my dream of writing and being a stay-at-home mommy. Oh, so she left so she could follow her dream. Okay. I believe in sharing the real and raw emotions of parenting a child with special needs. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. For parents of disabled kids, one of life's biggest struggles comes from outside the house, the home. One of life's biggest struggles comes from I mean, I don't know. I feel like come from outside. Yeah, oh yeah, I know it comes. I think that's right. All right. This was I don't know when this was written. I don't think it was written on oh, I shit, that's my birthday, January 3rd. I don't think it was written in 2018 though. I think that that's just when it was uploaded to Upworthy. I believe I most all of her writing regarding her son was written like way back when she had her website. So this would have been like well before 2018, like anywhere between like maybe 2015 and 17 or so. Um, I highly suspect that that's when this was written. However, that's not it was uploaded here to Upworthy on January 3rd, 2018. So here she writes, everyone knows being a parent is hard, but parenting a disabled child carries challenges you don't expect. Many of us in this world are juggling multiple tasks at one time. On any given day, we are nurses, therapists, advocates, teachers, personal care assistants, and administrative assistants managing their endless paperwork. When I had my son, I expected to face these day to day difficulties of parenting a disabled child. But the challenge I wasn't expecting came from outside the home. For years, I have always wondered why friends seem to drop like flies from my life. What am I doing wrong? Why do I struggle making and keeping friends? It's funny that she asks these questions because she she gives herself the answers too. For some parents of disabled children, friendships can feel almost impossible to maintain. As our children grow and we move deeper into the trenches of childhood, we sometimes find that our lives are very isolated from the world around us. We turn on our laptops, tablets, or phones and see pictures of other parents at social events, throwing elaborate parties, or cheering on their kids at sports. These moments can make our stomachs sink, our hearts hurt, and remind us just how isolated our lives have become. Why is that highlighted? Oh, this here is linking to, it won't show up though because she doesn't have that website or anymore. But interesting. Okay, if you want to do this, just look for it later on way back. All right. We are maxed out with the daily care of our children, and every aspect of our lives is wrapped up in the complications and extra fighting needed to raise our children successfully. Most of us are trying to balance the needs of our children, and their care is so extensive. We are moving from one crisis to the next on a daily basis. My son demands 100% of my attention, and due to the complexity of his care, all of my energy is focused on his treatments, appointments, researching, and managing my emotions about the toll his care takes on my psyche. The fact is, I'm not a very good friend. I don't have a lot of free time. My schedule is always changing, and it is impossible for me to keep plans. But yet, she's able to record and upload and shit on the regular, like daily. She can't keep a plan. My son's care wears me out physically and emotionally. Due to the high stress life I lead, I am short of patience and I can get easily annoyed by people. I say things I don't mean out of frustration, and I take well meaning comments too personally. You don't say. On the rare opportunity I can stick to my plans, the thought of socializing leaves me with a deep sense of anxiety. I know that I will have to talk about my life, and talking about my life makes me feel exhausted. When I have a chance to get away from my house, the last thing I want to talk about is what's going on in my life. Frequently, the events I attend are in larger groups, and the conversation is small talk related to raising children. Parents want to talk about their children, and for many, it's a way to bond. They commiserate about the woes of parenting. Yet I always feel like an outsider because I don't relate to their stories and I have little of my own to contribute. I'm often lost in my thoughts, completely preoccupied with what I need to do for my son. I might be near people, but I'm a million miles away. I listen to amazing stories about vacations, outings, and all the milestones that their children have accomplished. When I hear others having wonderful lives full of happy memories, I find that I sink further away from the conversation. I nod my head and smile, but inside I'm screaming because our lives are so different and it feels so unfair. My son hasn't met those milestones. We never go on vacation, And our lives are spent moving from one office to another for appointments. If I do speak, I know that I will have to share our journey. Talking to anyone about our life has a way of making me feel incredibly anxious. After the stress of a day caring for him, I don't want to recap what is going on, nor do I want to answer questions. I also don't want anyone feeling sorry for us. More often than not, I find myself not saying much at all. Eventually, the night ends. I feel depleted, sad, and I'm reminded how out of place I feel in the world. I push everyone away from me because it is so hard to be around anyone. I don't like being reminded our life is different, and I can't handle how that realization makes me feel. I believe that. Selfishly, I can't focus my energy on anyone other than my child, and helping friends navigate their problems is impossible for me. I realize I just cannot be the friend I need to be. Texts go unreturned. I stop answering messages and emails on my social media, and I quit accepting invites or attending events. The truth is, I push everyone away because I'm emotionally drained by my feelings. I know our life is different. I hate that my child is dealing with so much adversity, and I can't relate to anyone around me. That line, lady, the only person who's fucking showing your kid any adversity, I think, is you, no one else. In the end, friendships dissolve because I can't contribute, keep plans, or give anything to anyone other than my son. I've learned over the years that I'm not alone in my feelings. Other parents of disabled children have shared these same feelings with me. The lives of parents of disabled children are not typical, and we are keenly aware of our differences. Our lives are filled with appointments, therapy, and endless paperwork that will take us away from the world as we care for our children. We are not readily accessible to our friends for long periods of time. Many of us feel incredibly guilty for not being better friends, but most of us accept that we are incapable of nurturing meaningful relationships outside of our immediate family. We wish more than anything that people understood that even though we can't always be there for people, we desperately need them in our lives. Even though we can't go to events, we wish people would remember to invite us. We wish we didn't feel so out of place and hope that one day we will find someone who gets our life. More, wow. Think about the people who would have to get her life, people who are probably living a similar life, and you're hoping that you will find people like that. I mean, I get it. You don't want to be alone. I get wanting to find people. Just the way she words it, it almost makes it sound like you wish you want people to be there because misery loves company. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. More importantly, we wish we were capable of being better friends and that we could relate to other parents. Our lives as parents of disabled children make having friendship a tough challenge. And for many of us, giving up is more natural than fighting. We fight for everything for our children. So when it comes to the fight to maintain relationships, we need a little more help from our friends. Wow. Mhm. So, yeah, um, I want to just, oh shit, I think my eyelash is just stuck. I want to point out a few things though. I mean, yeah, okay, so her recent post is not that her friends are dropping like flies, but that she is mad at the world around her for not being more, um, for not providing more assistance, for not basically doing things for them. She's upset that people in her life or people around her just want to be friends with her and her. Like, see, whenever it comes to like other women, and I wonder, I don't like to sit there and think, what, how would I react? What would I do? Because I feel like that's incredibly biased. It's not going to give me a really good idea. So I picture like what my sisters would do because I trust them. They're good people and they're smart people and they they have a great sense of priority and value in their life. So I wonder and I imagine what it is they would do. And then I kind of judge things on that. Which, yeah, sure, that may be setting the bar high for people there. Albeit, but either way, that's what I do. So when I sit there and I wonder, like, what would my sisters be like in this situation? What if, God forbid, thankfully it wasn't the case, but what if, God forbid, they were in the same shoes as Katie? Yeah, I'm sure that they would want to vent and talk with their friends and family, and I'm sure that they would need and really appreciate help from time to time. But just knowing them the way I know them, they would also be looking to be there for their friends, if for no other reason is an opportunity to focus on something else or someone else rather than dealing with the same traumatic, maybe not traumatic, but the same sad situation every day. And like I said, I know I'm setting the bar pretty high here. Okay, fine. But I can't imagine them ever, even for a minute, making it all about them like this. Like this is crazy. Just see this happening. And I sit here and I wonder too, like I hear what she's saying. She's talking about her friends, people close to her. Well, when hearing the way she talks about them and about what she expects and about how she's let down, like between this blog post here and her Instagram post, I picture her friends in my mind just from her explanation. I don't picture men. I don't picture any males, I should say. I picture all females. So I don't know why that matters to me, but it does. It just really does because I feel like she's very envious. She's jealous, and I don't blame her entirely because I'm sure um it's quite upsetting to envision a life, to envision your family before it happens, to envision your child before they happen, and then to end up with something completely different than what you envisioned. I don't doubt that there was some grief to come along with that. I'm fully compassionate to that. But this isn't grief. This is fucking envy. Like she is mad. She is jealous. She is she's being very kind of spiteful, I think, toward her friends. And she's trying to play the martyr in this, like saying, I just can't be around them because I can't be a good friend because I'm too busy giving everything I have to my child. So I just can't answer their texts, you know? I can't return emails or phone calls because I'm too busy giving everything to my son. And now they're gone from my life. They just can't be bothered. And it's like, you kind of did it to yourself. I mean, why would you do that though? I don't get it. I mean, I get being upset for a while, maybe at first, but this is still years later. You can share stories of your kid with special needs with your friends. And sure, the milestones that are met may not be on par, but I mean, unless friends had their kids on the like exact year or something, they wouldn't be on par because the kids would be different ages. So milestones would be different anyways, I think. But also, I would think that if your child had much more of a challenge to meet the basic milestones, then wouldn't the celebration for them reaching that milestone be that much greater? Wouldn't you want to share that much more? I mean, I feel like if I were to go around telling all my friends or whatever how one of my kids learned to tie his shoe, you know, say at 10 years old or whatever, I'd be thrilled. It'd be ecstatic. It'd be, like I'm saying, if my child with special needs, whether the handicap was physical or otherwise, if they had a hard time meeting the basic milestone of tying shoe, for example, and they finally met it at say 10 years old, Oh my god, I do everything short of putting an ad up somewhere saying, "Look what he did," or "Look what she did," you know? And I think that those my loved ones, my friends and my family, they would be thrilled. They'd be thrilled for my kid. They'd be congratulating my kid. They'd be a part of that celebration with my kid. Whereas if I had done that actually in my life and my one of my kids, I don't even know how old they were when they learned to tie their shoe, probably like 5 or 6 or 7 or something. I don't know. If I just went around and was that excited and told everyone, everyone would be like, cool. you know? So, and I get that. I get that reaction though, because it's like, okay, so your kid did something every other kid does at that age. Awesome. But yeah. But if it was that much more of a challenge, it would be that much more of a celebration. It'd be that much greater for my kid. And it would encourage and inspire my kid to want to meet other milestones, right? That's what I would be thinking instead of just making it all about me. Because it's almost like I don't know if she was ashamed or embarrassed or if she was envious or what, but and I do think that a big part of why she felt like this probably did have to do with some sort of grief she was still going through. I actually think maybe she could be still going through some of it. I don't know, but I'm compassionate to that. I am, but kid's like 10 years old now. I mean, if this is what if shit like this, what we read on Instagram, if this is what you're putting out into the world, then you gotta realize that your kid senses this too. And at 10 years old, he can sense a lot. So I don't know. I feel like that's something she should be concerned about. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna go to chat and I'm gonna read one more. Oh, wait, let me grab this link. And I will put it in right now. Okay, so the link is saved now in the description. Um, it may not show up. You may have to refresh the stream in order to be able to see it. I don't know, but either way, it's there. I think it's there. Nope, it's not there because this is telling me that it's not saving. Fuck you. Can I can't even do that. Fuck you. I hate it when it does this. Yeah, it didn't save. It's why is this not fucking saving? If it doesn't save now, then I'm done trying for now. Okay, there it is. Now it'll be there. Okay. So let me check chat here real quick before I move on. Totally agree. You can see I don't like how Katie explodes her situation when she can celebrate the little things. I didn't speak a full sentence until until I was 9. Wow, that's a long time to go without speak. Holy shit. Did you see Rabbit at Bedtime posted today that a group of KJ's friends donated 5,000 to her for Vaughn? Yeah, well, I knew that. I knew about that, and I think she said they had help building their house, but KJ no in there. Yeah, there was two different things. So there was um there was a fundraiser that was done for Vaughn before his whatever heart surgery he had or whatever. It was on a website. It wasn't a GoFundMe or whatever. It was on this other website for I think for the hospital or whatever. And that's where I think the $5,000 came from that, and I think that might have been the only one. That and a GoFundMe, I think. Um, but the money that went to helping them build their house was like, okay, so the 5,000 from uh, the hospital fundraiser, that was different, but it was right at the same time. The GoFundMe was kind of connected to that, from what I understand, but I think Katie more or less set up the GoFundMe. But then the Facebook group she was in, they also did a fundraiser for her, and I don't know how much they collected or whatever, but from the sounds of it, it wasn't a small amount. I don't know if it was 5,000, but I'd say I get the impression it was probably like around 2,000 maybe. But it wasn't just the money though, but I think it was around 2,000 cash. But other than that, it was all kinds of gifts. It was all kinds of items, food, presents, appliances, whatever. That's what came from the Facebook group. And I read the screenshots from the Facebook group not too long ago. What pissed everyone off though from the group is that, yeah, Katie was like in need of all this help, and everyone in the group was rallying together and helping her, pretty much fulfilling whatever need it was she had. And then they come to find out that while Katie was talking to people in DMs in private, she was talking shit about people. Even called one of the other women there, called her baby ugly. So that's when people were started comparing stories, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And like, what I fucking related to the most is when like one person said something, and then you just seen the other comments. People like, "Oh my god, thank you for saying something. I thought it was just me that thought that she was a crazy manipulative bitch." Like that's the gist of it anyway. Um, so I thought that was funny, but yeah. So this got back to Katie. Someone in the group had screenshot the group talking about Katie or comparing notes. And then right after Katie saw these, apparently she dropped out of the group. She left the group. I think she blocked some of the people in the group, and then she started her own group. Or no, she started her own group, I think, before that. But upon learning about what they were saying, she dropped out of the group. She blocked people, and then she went to her group to vent or whatever. So yeah. I'd like to know the name of that group though, the original group she was in. I'd like to know what group it was, but really, I got no business being in there. I don't have a child, with medical or health problems like that. And I'll be honest, if I knew the group, I'd probably put a sock account in there just so I could look at the old post, see if there's anything else in there said about her. That's it. About her. That's it. But maybe it's best I don't know. I don't know. But what's amazing though is not amazing, but well, a lot of people don't know is where that group stems from. She was when she was pregnant, she was on a website, the babycenter.com or whatever. And she was posting in there, and she said that she wanted to make a Facebook group for people expecting, such and such month, because everyone does that at Facebook. There's a group for every month that gets created, upcoming month, whatever. So she was starting a group for people expecting that month or whatever. And she's like, if anyone wants to join, reach out to me or give me your email. So then people in the comment section are just posting their email addresses and shit. And I'm like, this is crazy. But I mean, this was also like just over 10 years ago. So then Katie once started a Facebook group, and they joined her. And then that group either turned into, or she joined another group for parents with kids with special needs. But I want to say that group turned into it, because after people were expecting in that month, and that month came and went, that group wouldn't have a purpose anymore. So I think she repurposed that group for her needs or whatever. So yeah, there's that. I don't know why. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but um well, no, the BMW money came from her income with YouTube or social media, really. Because that was just recently. The shit that we're talking about here with the Facebook group and the fundraiser that I mentioned, this was like over 10 years ago, or about 10 years ago. No, wait, it was 7 to 10 years ago. I don't know. It was a while ago, long before the BMW. And don't get me wrong, and I don't blame her for the BMW. I'd fuck, if I had her money, I'd buy 4 of them probably, but, or at least the 2 that, or no, I'm sorry, what was that? The 2 Bentleys she said she could afford. Anyway, yeah, I don't blame her one bit. I'd buy this shit too, and I'd be so proud of that. But, what I do find quite reprehensible is that rather than just admit that she bought it because she wanted it, or just assert the truth, the fact that it's her money, she made the money, she can spend it any fucking way she wants. I would respect that, I think. But no, instead, she says that they need a good quality, dependable SUV to lug all of her son's equipment around with him. So that's what I find kind of gross. She's still writing about her ingrown eyebrow hair. Oh my god, I gotta check that out. All right, so I'm just gonna scroll through and look for my name because if I stop and read everything, I'm never gonna. Re- Remember when she talked about Vaughn all the time? Her son thought she was talking about him. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep. Yeah, he got mad, and she's like, "No, I'm not talking about you." Or at least that's how she explained it. I don't know. Um. Okay. All right, so the other one I found, 'cause after I was looking at Upworthy, I was reminded she's been on other websites too. One of which is the Mighty. In fact, she actually worked, or she wrote for the Mighty for a while. Apparently, so I don't know what happened, but they left on very poor terms because she talks a lot of shit about the Mighty, like whenever she gets a chance to, really. So, all right, this one, oh, did I read that? No, I didn't read this one. All right, okay, that's right. I don't think so. I read several. No, wait, last updated January 5th, 2022. I don't think I read this one. Maybe I did read this one. No, okay, I didn't read this one. All right. When loved ones disappear because your child is sick. Last updated January 5th, 2023, but that's not when it was uploaded. Why is it? Okay, originally published October 22nd, 2015. Okay. Parenting a healthy child totally changes your social life. You spend time and energy caring for your child. When events come up that involve late nights, you weigh the pros and cons of what that evening of fun will look like the next day at sunrise when your excited child runs out of bed. Your social life changes as you find friends who also have children and you discuss diaper consistency, the latest bottles, and the coolest new shows on Disney Channel. Okay. That was the image I had in my mind. Even though I was going to be a parent, I thought I'd still have a social life. I was so incredibly wrong about that, about what I thought life would look like. My son Vaughn came into the world early, and I often thought he was in a hurry to go nowhere. That sounds like such a fucked up thing to say. My son was in such a hurry to go nowhere. Like, oh my god, I can't even. Okay, I know what she meant by that. I don't believe she meant what it sounds like, but it still sounds like that. He stayed in the NICU for weeks. We measured each poopy diaper to the gram and counted every single milliliter of milk he drank. Every single thing he did was put on a chart, and my early weeks of motherhood consisted of beeping machines, alarms, and sleepless nights wondering when he'd come home. I felt so lonely then. I wanted to take him home. I thought if I could take him home, it could be like I imagined. I thought I could put him in those tiny little outfits and cuddle him to sleep while I watched my favorite shows. I imagined coffee dates with friends during my maternity leave, with them holding him. When Vaughn finally came home, he was still so sick that we didn't go anywhere. The friends I thought I had disappeared, and I wasn't sure why they left. I thought of all the reasons a friendship that spanned years would suddenly disappear after Vaughn's diagnosis. I wondered why all the people in our lives scattered. I knew when we had children, relationships would change. However, I didn't realize when you have a sick child, it's sort of like wearing a scarlet letter in the 1700s. The whispers and the assumptions and blame about what I must have done wrong during pregnancy. In fact, a woman I just met told me Vaughn wouldn't be so sick had I not eaten all those GMOs during pregnancy. I had friends suggest it was likely the medication I took while I was pregnant. In truth, we've never found the answer, and no matter what I hear about why he could be sick, it changes nothing. I thought my husband and I could at least count on our family. Unfortunately, that assumption was wrong. Family struggled to understand the magnitude of his illness, and I believe many still have no idea how hard we fight. Others just don't care to check in on Bond's development. It was hard to arrange play dates when I constantly had to remind them we couldn't be around other sick children. Bond is so fragile. Even happy events for most are stressful for our family. We've never attended or our extended family's Christmas party because children who attend are often sick. Our holidays are quiet and often the three of us or my parents and sibling. It's not at all how I imagined life would be. I'm trying hard to find joy in the pain. It's been incredibly difficult. Why can't I talk now? Our lives are so different. As the holidays get closer, I worry about the germs and what they will do to Vaughn. I feel sad that Vaughn can't enjoy the basic things other children do, and I struggle to find ways to make this season joyful for him. He'll hopefully go trick or treating, but only to a few homes because there are far too many germs this time of year, and the wind is hard on his asthma. We'll go to Thanksgiving, but only for a short time because he still struggles around large groups. And this Christmas will hopefully be the first time we can attend a larger family function. It's hard knowing we have to rely on so many other people to keep their kids home if they're sick to avoid exposing Vaughn to serious illness. Oh my God. I mean, anyway. Anyway, I just, there's so much I want to say with that, but I'm not going to. This year, I'm putting my heart in God and hoping we will keep Vaughn well and allow him to enjoy the season instead of fear it. The holidays are a magical time for most, and they scare me to pieces. I pray for a day when our lives are less isolated and when people will no longer fear Vaughn's disease. I pray for a society that isn't scared of embracing children with serious illness. Really, you think our society don't do that? Dude, oh my God. We get a lot of praise online and through social media. However, in our daily lives, most of us are alone, and most of us really need friends to help us get out of this darkness. If you're reading this and you have a friend with a sick child, don't be afraid to say the wrong things. Just reaching out and saying something is better than saying nothing at all. A social butterfly. What happened to her being an introvert? Katie Paulson is a mother to a child with a rare medical condition called, I can't even pronounce that, I'm not even gonna lie. Katie is a fierce advocate for special needs families, a blogger, social butterfly, caretaker, and wife. She uses her gift of friend. What the fuck? It's not a, oh my God, it's more like a curse. I'm sorry. Okay, that was petty. But yeah, she's not a gifted writer. I'm sorry, she's not. She she's a barely competent one. She uses her gift of writing to help others better help families with special needs. Mhm. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. There are times when friends and families have their differences and walk away months or even years before the child was born. And when a baby comes to us, it's always a blessing, sick or healthy. However, if you reach out and they shut the doors, then what can you do? But in my case, I reached out to my cousin in hopes to mend the relationship and move forward and allow me to be there or be there for support, babysit, whatever they needed. Whatever they needed, I was offering to do. And instead, she never responded, shut me out. So now, what advice do you have for me? Why would you? Oh, there's 14 comments? I never. I'm This is interesting. I'm sorry that you guys are so lonely, but think you are assuming people don't care. In reality, they are probably afraid to make your little guy sick. As you said, if their child is sick, your little one may get very ill. I think sometimes we analyze our health when we are considering going to see someone that can get ill quickly and easily. No one wants to be the reason for a child to get sick, especially if the little guy already has a hard time staying and getting healthy. Maybe you could reach out to them and at least talk on the phone so that you can catch up. I'm sure they miss you. This one, thank you for sharing this. You hit it right on the nose. I so cherish the friends and family that have been and still remain by our sides. They mean the world to me. See, this person still is saying, yeah, I get what you're saying. You're right. But I cherish the people who are still in my life. Look, Katie, though, by her own description, she doesn't have anyone still in her life. So it's not, I don't feel like it's the same. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So there's that. I want to move on to something else she wrote. Let me let me share the screen first and then I'll go back to chat. All right. I'm just gonna scroll through and look for my to see if anyone tagged me. I don't know why it won't, Charlotte. I mean, they're not turned off. Oh wait. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, how do I turn that on? No. Here we go. All right. No, why is that? Oh, okay. All right. All right. So there's that. Let me refresh this quick. Am I frozen on the screen? It just looked like I was frozen. All right. No, I'm moving. All right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. My chat was all messed up. I had to refresh. Okay. So another thing I wanted to read was this shit post. What the hell's a smoking profit? I'm gonna look that up quick. What? The Smoking Prophet. The Smoking Prophet is the life advice brand that resources people spiritually, creatively, and socially. Tune in for life advice made easy with your hosts, Dante and Lola. Lola loves Jesus plus unicorns. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna love Jesus, you have to love the unicorn too, right? I mean, otherwise you're just weird. I don't know. That resources people spiritual. It seems like a weird explanation though. I don't know what to make of that. All right, I'm done. So sometimes standing up for yourself can be as simple as walking away from a situation that does not support or honor your self worth. Katie then writes, my grandfather, John Kramer, was that and are multiple young girls. I'm going to throw in the allegedly there just to cover my ass. He died and was given a 21 gun salute. My family hid his deplorable behavior from me and exposed me to him my entire childhood. Well, did they knowingly expose you? Because I thought that they didn't know. Okay, wow. When I told my ex right here, when I told my extended family, you notice that? See, now we would just got done reading in a blog post. She was talking about her family. She referred to them, anyone outside of my immediate family. So from what I recall, immediate family is like your nuclear family, right? Um, so in Katie's case, it would be her husband, her son, and her parents and brother. Like that would be her immediate family. Anything, relatives outside of that would be her external family or extended family rather. So I just want to point that out because what she's talking about here doesn't seem to be about her parents. This seems to be about other family, like cousins, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, whatever. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Cousins, aunts, uncles. Yeah, that's what I think. Anyways, when I told my extended family about his behavior, they all called me a liar. I haven't spoken to anyone in my family for almost a year. I'm putting this out there because I don't give a crap about protecting. Well, what the fuck if you're talking about your grandfather, what would you be protecting him from? He's dead, right? He's been dead for quite some time. What would you be protecting him from? What does he need protection from? Anyway, I also won't be made out to be the quote unquote crazy liar because the truth offends my cousins, sibling, or aunts and uncles. My peace and my safety and my son's safety is more important than being part of a dysfunctional family stuck in a pattern of generational abuse and trauma. Really, because I thought that she broke the cycle. I mean, it's only generational abuse. It's only a pattern being that you're stuck in regarding generational abuse and trauma if you are repeating that pattern, right? And I'm confused. So if the grandfather is dead, then where's the pattern of generational abuse and trauma? Like, are there other people in the family that she's alleging is carrying this kind of abuse out? Because it would seem that if not, then it died with her grandfather, allegedly. Anyways, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna feel bad about standing up for my 5-year-old self that was forced to spend 3 weeks staying at my grandparents' home while my parents traveled all over Europe. It sounds like she's still pissed off at her parents because she didn't get to go to Europe too. It sounds like she's mad because they left her. They rejected her for those 3 weeks while they went and did something amazing without her. That's what it sounds like. They knew he was that and they left me with him. I didn't think that they knew. I thought that according to her, this was something they didn't find out until years later, right? That's I could swear I remember her saying that. So for her to then say they left me with him and they knew what he was. Mhm. And I have a question too about this. I'm sorry. Now it's she's the younger of the kids, right? She has an older brother, correct? Where was he during this 3 weeks in Europe? I did he go to Europe with his parents? I'm gonna say no, because aren't they like 4 years apart? So if she was 5, then when he'd been 9, I feel like, and if he had gone, I feel like that's another thing she would be throwing out there. Like it'd be like I don't know, it'd be like whipping right off of her tongue, like her whole family rejected her or some shit, you know. So I don't think that her brother went to Europe. I think if he didn't go to Europe, then where else would he have gone other than also to the grandparents? So why I feel like she's just purposely leaving that out unless he didn't go there, but I can't imagine he went anywhere else, right? I mean, if you're going away for 3 weeks, who are you gonna trust your 9-year-old with? Probably with the same people that you trust your 5-year-old with, right? You're not gonna put him somewhere else, right? I'm gonna stand up for 5-year-old me, period. I wonder if she deleted all the comments in here. I'm sorry, I got screenshots if she did. I think she did. You hidden comments. Did your grandpa? Okay, yep, she deleted comments. That's interesting. All right, where are my screenshots? I got screenshots. It seems like I only got the screenshots of the other post, but probably because they're on my tablet. Um, no, maybe not. Maybe I didn't get them. Shit. All right, I'll have to pull them up from somewhere else. Oh, wait, sorry, I gotta read that other post too. Maybe she didn't say anything else. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm just imagining shit. All right, so I'm gonna go then and read the more recent post, if it's still up. What is this? What is this you sent me? Where did that come from? Was that a Facebook post? Oh, okay. All right. So the recent one she wrote is this one. We love our pediatric cardiologist from 3 hours ago. Some of you asked about my son's heart surgery. V was born with congenital heart disease, CHD. His heart developed abnormally, which caused several issues. We did not learn about the issues until he was born. He was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension and two small holes in his heart before he was a week old. V was born prematurely, and he also had an open PDA valve for a period after birth. Both holes in his heart closed on their own, but the pulmonary hypertension did not resolve. When he was 2.5, he had a routine echocardiogram ordered by a genetics doctor. They wanted to make sure the holes had closed. That was when our life flipped upside down. While the holes had closed, his my his mitral valve, I don't know how to pronounce this shit. His mitral valve was stiff and calcified. He was diagnosed with moderate mitral valve stenosis, which causes pulmonary hypertension. Wait, what? So, so the pulmonary hypertension caused two small holes in his heart that ended up healing on their own. But then they did further tests and they found the valve issue, and he was diagnosed with the valve issue, which causes the pulmonary hypertension. So that would mean that, wouldn't that mean that the valve issue um, predated the hypertension? Okay. His diagnosis was rare and is one of the rarest forms of CHD. Due to his age, our cardiologist wanted him to grow as big as possible before surgery. Anyone with a child with heart disease knows that life-free surgery is not easy. We had to push him to the point that he heart and what? We had to push him to the point that he heart entered failure. Is someone drunk? Okay. It's not the same as heart failure at end of life. God, I hope not. But rather, the valve was so damaged the heart could not perfuse blood to his body. He developed pulmonary hypertension and gained 12 pounds from fluid as a result. Prior to surgery, he couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without losing his breath. He had lots of fluid on his lungs, and they had him on high doses of Lasix. One surgery day came 2 months before his 6th birthday, but his cardiologist was super hopeful his valve could be repaired without having to replace it. I think someone has shrunk. His surgery went perfect considering everything. The surgeon determined that when his heart developed, the tiny papillary muscles that controlled the mitral valve formed abnormally and were not the same size. They had said I think she's drunk. He scrapped out scar tissue, repaired the valve and the muscles, and everything went well. The repair is expected to last until he's out of puberty. What did they make him an adult? Like, the surgery or whatever, the repair is expected to last and until he just becomes an adult or whatever. You know what I mean? Like until he's out of puberty. That's just a weird fucking way to put the timeline. A second surgery is expected in his late teen years. There is no cure. It sounds like this is kind of a cure. Surgery sounds like it's a fucking cure. Our cardiologist is the most amazing human on the planet, and we are so grateful for his care and guidance. B is such a strong boy and incredibly lucky to have a great support system. GRAT. Girl, you've been around since before I switched formats, right? Yes. Okay. That's a weird thing to ask. Okay. But don't talk about her kid, y'all. Don't talk about her kid. All right, I want to go to Facebook here. I'm gonna have to do this. Oh my God, Claire, you're right. I can't believe I forgot that. Oh my God, that would have been a better movie to add than one other one to put on there. I gotta change. Fuck. You're right. Princess Bride. Why didn't I put that? Fuck. Damn it. All right. One second. Almost there. Okay. Okay, so here's her Facebook. Let's see. Okay. What is this shit? I'm living testimony that Dr. Ubalu herbs work for. Oh my God. Katie, man, if you can fucking erase negative comments directed at you like in record fucking time, Why has this been allowed to stay up for 36 fucking minutes? Come on. I expected better. All right, so here's the same post here regarding her grandfather on Facebook. I haven't read the comments over here yet, at least not on this post. I guess we're all just confused. From your post way back, you sang praise for your family. You said you are who you are because of your parents. They were scholars and helped out in the community and protected you always. I'm just trying to keep up. The comments a lot of times are people confused on the back and forth. Honesty is so important. And you said you were never a victim of CSA. I know you will block me for this. Just trying to understand. Oh, like this. Okay, there, yeah, that's right. This one had other people. I don't think Katie commented on this one. I don't know. I seen a screenshot of it, but okay, maybe I come a normal family. You told your parents at 5 your granddad did this to you, and they handed you back to him to and have more. And then you never said anything to teachers, aunts, uncles, cousins, or police, even though because you are not that young, there are actual classes in elementary school. So it's clear from your comment that you, luckily, never experienced CSA. If she told her parents and they called her a liar, why would she tell anyone else? A child would obviously assume every other person would consider her a liar. You can't possibly know the amount of courage you need to tell people about that, especially if the abuser is a family member. I do, I agree with that. Just not in this case. No, I can't. I'm lucky. I also know you don't stop talking. Well, I know this from having a friend who was a victim and I helped. Well, yeah, it's anecdotal. Every person reacts differently. Or don't blame me or my friend and minimize that abuse. I feel my opinion only. I know opinions are like assholes and we all got them. That you all live in a permanent self-loathing state and you can't climb from it. Climb from it. It feels great. So, I don't know. This guy's kind of an asshole, I think. Yeah, he's kind of a dick. All right. All right. So there's that. Okay, these comments, most of them I did read, or at least I read them last night. Oh, brain tumor mama here. If your hospital doesn't have a support group, look for cancer/brain tumor camps that offer family camps. We have made wonderful connections with other families that way. We love our doctors, but stay away from support groups. They've been toxic for us. Oh, I believe that there was some toxicity there. I absolutely believe that. And I believe that one side was exposed to the toxicity where the other side was doing the exposing. I just think you got that a little bit backwards.
Oh, all right. This just died in my ear. I think maybe it muted me. That would mean that my audio's been going through that this whole time. Fuck. I hate it when that happens. I sound like shit in that. Thank you, Claire, for letting me know. All right, yeah. So I haven't been muted long. Okay. All right, now I gotta get back where I put that page. Okay. Oh. So I don't get this. So Sally writes, I hope the connection you have with your followers and supporters gives you some sense of the care and compassion we have for you. To which Michael replies, Hi, I am sorry for the infringement on your privacy. I saw your profile. It's quite impressive. This message is to actually help or actually express my desire to be one of your friends. I sent you a friend request, but it didn't work. You don't mind. Can I please send me friend requests? Can you please send me friend requests? I like to correspond further with you and hopefully get to know each other better as friends. That's some fucking suspect shit right there. And that's been up for 13 hours. I don't know. If I were her, I'd remove that shit. He's commenting everywhere. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, yeah, this is a fucking bot or spam account. I would definitely remove that shit then. I feel like there were more comments up there. I'm going to have to start this at the bottom. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh. As I had the blue pinwheel, that's never a good thing. The rainbow one, it sucks, but it's usually not the end of the world. The blue one is usually meaning that you need to restart. Okay. Okay, I can't sit here and read all these comments because they're so. I mean, I'm glad that people have a place to go and to talk about these things and all, but I'm not strong enough to read these very sad stories. At least not, well, just running a commentary channel anyway. And yeah, that Michael guy just keeps commenting. All right, so here's what I'm going to share. I want to share something from the comment sections, the screenshots I took last night. Okay. Okay, so this person commented on I'm not sure which post it was. I think it might have been the grandfather post. I'm not positive though. But they wrote, "You pay to verify yourself." That's all they wrote. And then this person commented, "Get out of here." What the like that Leanne chick who said get out of here, it looks like she's a supporter or follower of Katie's. How would she know what the other person meant? And why would she jump immediately to that and then tell the person to get out of here, get off of this woman's page, this woman who makes her living from having viewers and followers and stuff, get off her page and stop viewing and following? Like, I don't, like, who would feel so emboldened to say something like that, I wonder? And to take that so poorly. Then later on in the comments, this is what they posted. So this person I think was obviously trolling, which, yeah, awesome. but still. That comment I already read. And that one too. All right, so let me share something else here. All right, I'm going to read that. I'm going to play that one first. So I'm going to play a video here. This video clip, it's a short clip, but this is from a video she did where I think I had the title of it. Yeah, I had the full video too. Okay. Here's the media. There we go. Okay, it's around here somewhere. I'll look for it afterwards. But anyways, this, I can't remember the title of it right now. I don't have it right here, but it's from a video she did right after her friend's husband had died in a motorcycle accident. And she said that it's titled something like when you get the phone call you never want to get or whatever, informing her of her friend's husband's passing. So, and she's talking about why she's not attending any of the services for her friend's husband and whatnot. And anyway, let me share screen.
He's had a really rough year, and then suddenly now he's gone, and it's like she has a son and she wasn't prepared for this, and I feel really trapped because my son is fragile and there is this massive germ in the world right now. And my friend is extremely cautious of my son. She has also been there for all of his things, everything in his life. And so every procedure that's been major, she has been right there at the hospital holding my hand to the point of being annoying. She loves to hug. She's had a really rough year, and then suddenly now he's gone, and it's like...
It's interesting. I think this folder. I don't know. Anyways, so the video, though, it was done around, it was September 2020. So as of 2020, she seemed to be close friends with a friend of hers who was there for every single one of Vaughn's surgeries and everything, holding her hand, the whole thing, the whole time, the whole 9 yards. And now she can't be there for her friend because her friend said, no, I don't come here because I would never be able to forgive myself if you caught something and you brought it home to your son and made him sick. So please don't be here for me. Yeah. So instead, Katie sent her a gift basket of bath bombs or some shit, and the woman's child a gift basket of practical jokes and pranks or some shit like that to help make him laugh during this horrible time of having lost his father. She's so nice. Anyway. What's that other one, though? Send me another one. Where is it? All right. You should play this just for a laugh. It's going to be loud. Shit. I have no idea what this video is, so let's see.
Yeah. And this is like my newest promotional thing. I forgot. The coldest water. Check down below. It's like in my clip. I don't even remember. I forgot to put it. It's like the coldest water bottle ever, apparently. It is. The water is really cold. Up to 36 hours. This one's 21 ounces. I like a bigger bottle. I think if I were going to buy my own, I would get, they have one that's like 64 ounces. They have one that's like 32. I think if I were going to buy it, I would get the 32 ounce one because it has a straw. And I'm a big straw drinker. But this one is perfect for on the go. I have a link actually where you can use my link. Yeah. And this is like,
do you guys remember when she sat there and said how it was all the trolls' fault on why she can't get a sponsorship or a brand deal or anything? Because everyone keeps contacting these brands or whatever, these potential brands, to tell them what a piece of shit Katie is. That's why she couldn't get a brand deal. It has nothing to do with the fact that she can't fucking sell anything. How the hell did she do so well in her career there selling predatory school loans to people? Like, how was she able to pull that off? How was she able to sell that shit? When here she's like, yeah, so like I forgot, I didn't even put this. It's like it keeps shit like really cold for like hours. But like if I were gonna buy it, like obviously I didn't have to buy this one, nor would I buy it. But if I actually had to spend my own fucking money on it, I wouldn't have gotten the one that I'm showing you right now. No, fuck that. That's junk. I would have gotten something else. No, that's what I would have done. Anyway, there's a link if you want. There's a link, whatever. Well, I can't believe people are beating down her fucking virtual door saying, please, Katie, sell my shit with your amazing abilities. Like, fuck. Oh my God. Like, how can you sell a narrative that is bullshit, but you can't fucking sell a water bottle? How is that? Like, that's some crazy shit. Right? It's insane. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot the community post. Okay. 4 hours ago, edited. Hi, friends. Thanks for the tremendous support in sharing your own journeys with chronic illness or raising a child with chronic illness. I did not share for sympathy. I wanted people to know a personal side about me that matters in my life because no one has any opportunity to possibly know this 50 times over, right? My son is literally the reason that I breathe, and I love everything about him. We have lost a lot of people, and that's been super hard, but that's not his fault. It's their fault for not being able to cope with his illness. Illness makes people face reality that many can't face. What fucking reality can't people face from your kid being sick? What reality are they running from by not facing that? It's challenging to face the possibility that a child could die. It's not a pleasant fucking thought, but I mean, if you're a parent, that's a thought that enters your mind with no matter who your kid is. You think, oh my God, what if you think the worst case scenario? Oh, your daughter's going out on a date for the first time. Your mind goes to worst case scenario. Your kid's going, riding his bike down the street with his friends for the first time. You're thinking that he's going to be abducted. Something like this shit goes through every parent's mind, right? Right? I mean, it's not seriously, it's feared. Every parent fears these things, and you think of what you fear. So, anyway. Many people cannot handle that, and to them, I say that is their loss, not ours. Life is built around convenience. When someone is convenient and can fit into the box where it's perfect, then it's easy to be their friend. So don't be so inconvenient. And I'm not your life be inconvenient. You as your person, your personality, don't be so fucking inconvenient. When someone comes with complexities that are not always easy to understand, then it's challenging to be around them. I don't think she's talking about her kid there. I think she's talking about her. That she comes with complexities that are not always easy to understand. And it's challenging to be around her. Again, their loss, not ours. My son has legitimately beat death multiple times. Doctors gave us a grim prognosis at 3 months old. I feel like, shut up. We had no clue what to expect. Despite all the fear of the doctors, my son kicked their expectations right in the booty. Oh my God. Stop. Just fucking stop. They didn't know if he'd walk, talk, or even be able to function. Due to his critical illness and hydrocephalus, I said that right. Oh my God. Brain injuries were always a real possibility. But my son didn't care what they thought. No, it just means that the doctor's worst fears were not met. That's all. But I have no doubt that your son kicked ass, don't get me wrong. He learned to walk at 18 months. He began speaking in intelligible sentences at age 5 after he got his VP shunt to treat hydrocephalus. Once he got his shunt, his entire life changed. He is verbal. In the past year, he learned to read. I'm pretty. I've been following her since like 2020. He's been reading since then. He was reading to her from the iPad or from the table or whatever. That was 3 years ago. He was 9 years old when he finally learned to read sentences. What? He is verbal. In this past year, he learned to read. He was 9 when he finally learned to read sentences. Wasn't that like a year ago? He's learning to write, and he's doing the same math as his class. He has special friends at school which volunteer to help him learn social skills. I feel like that's a job the parents should have done or should be doing. He learned how to ask questions and make friends this year. He even has a friend at school that came to play here a few weeks ago. He does not have a genetic condition. His issues are related to how his midline formed during the very early stages of pregnancy. Doctors have assured us that what occurred is a medical anomaly and nothing I did or didn't do or did cause this to happen. Who's saying you did? There are no other kids that they can compare him to because he's considered a medical zebra, which simply means he doesn't fall under a single category. And there are no other cases like him in the world. Really? Okay. The midlife issue led to numerous issues in his brain development, cardiac health, and central nervous autonomic. I don't know how to read. Autonomic system. He's got a zillion diagnoses. Wouldn't that be diagnoses? And I know someone who can't pronounce words, and probably no place to talk, but I know how to spell shit. You know, diagnoses. He's got a zillion diagnosis. Like he's got a zillion singulars. It should be plural. He's considered a complex neurological patient at his hospital. Well, if he's the only one in the world, I think he would be a little bit more than just a complex patient, right? That just seems like they're underplaying it. I love being his mom because he's seriously the sweetest kid. He loves animals, stuffed animals, and other people. Yeah, he's a zebra. I don't know. I feel like if you're talking about how amazing, how much you love your kid, you would list a few traits that aren't so generic and broad. Like, what kid doesn't love animals and stuffed animals and people? You know? His special interests are dinosaurs. He's loved them since he's been like 2. He's also diagnosed with autism. Autism is what he call his superpower and gives him amazing memory with dinosaurs and knowing animal species. Early on, there was confusion about all of it. Amazing memory, but he didn't. he wasn't reading until like now. Early on, there was confusion about all of his diagnoses. Oh my God. What is up with that? What's up with the apostrophe there? I don't. Okay. This is a wreck. And doctors disagreed about whether hydrocephalus caused the autism-like traits or if he was actually autistic. No, that's not what happened. He was diagnosed with the hydrocephalus. No. Was it the hydrocephalus? Yeah, it was the hydrocephalus he was diagnosed with. She says, and then she says that he had been misdiagnosed with the autism. According to them, they came right out and said, oh no, the symptoms are no longer there. He's no longer autistic. So we must have gotten it wrong. She wrote a whole blog post about it. Then she started suddenly saying her kid was autistic again. Someone's like, oh, wait a minute. I thought you said that they got that wrong. She's like, oh, well, no. They reevaluated and they said that he's autistic again or whatever. And someone said, well, you might want to just make a correction about that. And then her answer to that was, oh, well, I don't write about him anymore. Then why are we even having the conversation if you don't write about him anymore? Because you're writing about him right now to cause this question to have occurred, right? I don't write about him anymore, except for when I write about him. Full evaluation a year after his hydrocephalus was treated gave us a final autism diagnosis by a neuropsychologist. At school, he gets lots of special help and therapy for autism. He's learning so much. Long story short, okay, I get to tell people as much or as little about him as I want. Sure, yeah, absolutely. I do not show his picture, and I do not have a channel dedicated to him. Okay, she may not presently share pictures of him. However, all the past pictures are still up. She's made no effort to have them removed when she should be able to, because the majority of them are her accounts that have them posted, right? He is my life, and he is very proud of who he is. Oh, he's proud. Okay. He has made me a better human. Stop. Don't put that shit on him. I've learned so much about strength through him. No matter what he faces physically and medically, he never complains. And that literally blows my mind. Except for when the dogs are near him or he wants to talk or say something and you're streaming. He's so laid back about it all. Finally, he will have a feeding tube for his life, but she never writes about him. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't share anything. But he's going to have a feeding tube for the rest of his life. And that's another factor most don't understand. But he accepts it and he needs it. Now that I'm working full time, what do you mean now? I mean, sure, it's full time from your home, okay? But for the sake of argument, let's say, okay, fine, you're working full time. Now, what were you doing for the past fucking 10 years on the internet that was not working full time? Now that I'm working full time, my husband switched roles with me and manages all of his appointments. I thought that they switched roles 3 years ago, right? When her husband got laid off. So weird for me. But it's been good for my husband and son to have this time together. I was his primary caregiver until he was 8. Thanks for seeing us for who we are and accepting us. Well, we see you for who you are. I don't know if anyone accepts you. Your son, yes. We have found a big family in the support and community here on the channel, and that gives us more purpose than you know. So thank you all for giving us a sense of normal in a very unusual world that we live in. V decided unicorns are my favorite animal. Why? Oh my God! Why would you put that picture on your kid? She just put a picture. She just put an ass on her kid's face, right? I mean, that's what the peach emoji is known for. Is a big plump ass, right? At least, or is that just what people at work say? Why would you use that fucking picture on your kid's face? Oh my God! Why would you? Oh God. I'm gonna laugh. I'm sorry. Oh, I feel bad for Vaughn. I really do. Fucking hell. Oh, that's like a Freudian slip. I think. I really feel like it is. Like, fuck, man. How'd you do that? Oh my god. All right. So comments under her son's ass face. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. This is fucking hilarious. I like to do newest first whenever I'm reading comments. People stuck with me. She didn't reply to that? I'm surprised. Hi, Miss Katie from Canada. I was very happy to read more about your lovely, real little brave trooper son. Your boys are a team with you, Mom Kate. What the fuck? I can't thank you enough for sharing your son's story. Again, it looks like. Again, you're great parents. I wonder how many she deleted. Oh, fuck you, it's Brett. Fuck off. It made worse by his 2 and 4 month facts. Fuck you. Why does she leave this shit up on her page, though? Yeah, it's amazing. She talks about how she has no support system, whatever. No one to talk to, no one friends, whatever. She's just alone, whatever. But look at all these fucking comments. Which I mean, I don't get me wrong. I will never bitch and complain that she has support or whatever for any hardships or issues she faces from raising her son. I will always want that for her. Always. I will always want that for him. But it's just, I don't know. It seems like she does have support. So there's good. I'm glad. Okay. Oh, this God sends his special children to the very, very best parents. That one she jumped on. Oh, this statement actually doesn't make me happy. I don't like my son being reduced to that. And I don't think a loving God would do that to him. A loving God wouldn't send my son to anyone to raise, is what she's saying. I don't think a loving God would do that to anyone. That's fucked up. I mean, I get what she's saying, how that's a fucked up statement, and she's not wrong there. But her reasoning for thinking that's a fucked up statement is wrong. It's big wrong. He's very lucky to have you as a mom. Oh, you're so kind. How are you able to work full-time, do content for this channel, and have family time? Did you invent a longer day? Where do you get the energy? Limited sleep. We are a team and I have respite care 2 times a week. My husband is the full-time caregiver and I work. V needs a lot of rest, so a lot can be done when he's resting. Is that why he was in a room for 10 hours? What an amazing little boy you have. Doctors don't know everything. Loving parents can move mountains. My son is on the spectrum. He is 31 now, and life has been challenging for him. You and your husband have been through a lot. The people who didn't stick around is sad, but it's their loss, in my opinion. Thank you for sharing a part of your journey. Y'all are an inspiration. The son communicates extremely well. I just watched videos of him being ignored and yelled at after being in his room for 10 hours. Thanks for sharing, yet protecting his space. My heart is full. Just one thing. Although he was diagnosed as needing a feeding tube for life, just like he beat the odds in other areas, we never know. So I'm big on not speaking my ideal ending into existence. That said, it's nothing wrong if that turns to fruition. I just always hold out hope until the wheels roll off. His math skills are impressive, and him not complaining is everything. Most kids are quick to complain. You're certainly blessed, in my opinion, to be a mom to such an extraordinary boy. That's actually a very nice comment. She's just saying, don't give up hope. Just, you're not at that point yet. He may surprise you in this area too. Just that's all. Sounds like you guys are awesome. Wish you the best. So naturally, Katie says, I know in this case we absolutely know what's necessary. He cannot chew or swallow properly. He has been diagnosed with oral dysphagia. He will 100% need it for life. We aren't upset about it. Rather, it's just accepted as who he is. It's not who he is. It's not who he is. Who he is as a person is not his medical conditions. Our hospital is amazing at helping us understand the physical disability and accepting and accommodating rather than having false hope. Wow, that's rude. So yeah, there's that. Oh my God, there's a shitload of comments. I'm not reading them all though. Wait, what was that? Oh. All right, I'm not going through all these. There's like 500 of them. Unless I do this. Okay. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, so my thoughts, not that it really matters. I mean, maybe y'all don't really care, but my whole thoughts on the whole matter is just that now she's telling a different version of her story because now this version is what suits her right now. I honestly do believe something might have happened with her family, and I wonder if someone like her extended family, for example, in particular, I wonder if someone came to them for help, and likely like a loan of some sort. And this person was also someone that might have reached out to her and gave her shit for the crap she was saying about her grandfather. Now, I don't know if the shit she was saying about her grandfather is true or not. I don't really care. It's the fact that she's using that now. That's what she's doing. So even if it's true, she's using this for sympathy, for sad fishing, but I think more than anything as a shield. She's thinking that this will shield her from the negative comments, the negative opinions from people of her on the internet. She needs a shield. Like, oh, well, you know, they just say, they may say that, but they just say that because I only act the way I do because of this. And they don't understand. They're just coming at me for it. They're the assholes. Like, this is why she does this, I think, in my opinion. It's her shield, like I said. But I do wonder if something happened with her family too. Why she's bringing up her kid though and all that shit again, like I don't go combing through her comments or whatever, but I really haven't seen any fucking comments anywhere of people giving her shit about anything with her kid. So why she's trying to make it seem like she's on the defensive here, I don't get it. But I also wonder if maybe both of these is to divert or deflect something else going on. I wonder if she's been served again. Dirty Uncle Sal, I think he goes to school now. That's what she's been saying, like, for, like, I don't know, the better part of this year anyways. I don't know how long he's been going, but she claims that he goes to school now. Yeah, you might be right, Kimberly, and that's what I'm wondering. Was that an old post you just read about him being in school? Oh yeah, wait a minute. Was what an old post? What was it? It's 2:53. So that 4 minutes ago. I'm thinking 4 minutes ago I was on YouTube. Her YouTube community post that I just read, or the one post I just read, that's new. That's not old. But the blog posts, the older blog posts I read of hers from Upworthy and the Mighty that I had up on screen a while back, those are old. But everything else I read tonight has been recent. So, no, someone already answered you. All right, fuck me. Hi, Joanne. I woke up at the peach head. Is it just me? Oh, I gotta scroll back in comments and see what you guys said about that. Have the doctors considered putting a peach over the person's face? So it's not just me. It looks like she put a fucking big plumpy ass right over his face, right? Wow. What is interesting is she's making community posts with no videos. Yeah. Like, even if it's, there really is something going on with her face and that's why she's on a camera, assuming that's correct. Whatever. Right. Yeah. She's not even making that many voiceover videos. She's not putting anything up for content except for like on her Instagram and her Facebook. And I'm pretty sure, I would venture a guess that her Facebook is linked to her Instagram. So she probably only uploads to Instagram but it just automatically posts to Facebook too. So you could argue that she's not really putting anything out there except for what's up on her Instagram. I wonder. That seems like why. Oh wait, I got an idea. Homepage. View page source. Okay, no, her page is monetized, or her channel's still monetized. I don't get what that means. Let me go to my page. Okay. So, let me share this shit with you. First of all, let me pull mine back up. All right, so let me show you something. Okay, there's a quick and easy way you can check to see if a channel is monetized. You can also learn some other things from this, though, as well. So I'm going to show you from my channel first. Okay, so what you do is you go to someone's channel, like right here on the homepage, okay? And you go to here. You don't go on something. You go to just where you have the arrow, and you right-click. When you right-click, I don't know if you can see the drop-down menu, but you get a drop-down menu. And down towards the bottom, you'll see View Page Source. So you click on that. Now I'm going to have to move over to that. All right, so and this is what comes up. Okay, so how you check for monetization is I do a keyword search. So I hit Control F. So, and you type in like monetization. Okay, so right here, this is where you're looking for, right down here at the bottom. Okay, is monetization enabled? Okay, it'll say value true. If it says true, then yes, the channel is monetized. If it says false, then it's not. But I want to bring your eyes over to the left of this. It says here, is owner, key is underscore owner, value true. I'm not sure what exactly that means, but is owner value true? I don't know. But it's just, I don't know. But let me show you what hers says. Where's her channel? All right, so why can't it be found? Okay, so go over to her channel. So, and I just want to show you that again. I'm hitting the right click, going down to View Page Source, and then I'm going to pull that up. All right, so this is the page source for her channel. So again, I just do that F there for keyword search. Why can't I spell monetization out? I feel like that's wrong. Why is it not finding it now? Okay, this isn't working for some reason. Let me try again. F. What the fuck? Right. Yeah, for some reason the fucking keyword search isn't working now. Anyways. Wait, come on. When I looked it up though a minute ago and it said is key owner or whatever, hers said false. I don't know why it would, I don't know what it means. I don't know what key being an owner even means. So it could be nothing. Why does this keep coming up telling me page is unresponsive? Okay, here we go. Now it's working. Okay, so there it is. I'll show you what I mean. All right, so it came up this time. Right here to the left here. Key is owner, and it says value, false. Key is owner. I don't know what, does anyone know what the hell that means? Like mine says true, hers says false. What's the difference? What else is different? Okay, I don't know. It's weird though. That one thing is just something that stuck out at me. I'm curious. I want to know. So if anyone knows. All right, I'm going to go to chat. And then I think I'm going to wrap this up. There we go. Okay. The easier way to check monetization is to see if the channel has memberships active. Yeah, but if they haven't opted for a membership, like, because I mean, for a while, I considered just like canceling the whole membership thing for my channel because really, I'm not offering much for membership, you know. So I don't know. I feel like that's a really good indicator because I think most people do opt for membership, even if they don't really offer much and they just charge very little. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to use that as like confirmation. Although then again, it's Katie we're talking about, that would be confirmation, I think. So you're right, probably. I want to know what the fuck that means though. Yeah, her Facebook. Let me scroll up here, see if I've been tagged in anything. She posted again under community. Okay, yep, I saw that one. Muted. Thank you, Claire. They were all good selections, though. See, here's what I don't get. Like, I don't know anything about heart disease or whatever, heart issues. I'm not one to speak with any, I don't know, authority on the subject, but I don't know, just I feel like if they were letting a couple of holes in his heart go in hopes and expectation that they would resolve themselves, I feel like that's something they would have monitored a hell of a lot more frequently and a lot more closely, maybe. And if there's a chance of that condition developing and causing all these other things that she claims that it's caused, I feel like why did they let that go then? I mean, I realize like heart surgery is like no fucking joke or whatever, especially for a young child, but I don't know. I would like answers is what I would like. You know, I would like to know. That's the thing. I'm admitting I don't know though. So, what is this? Oh, yeah, and I shared this on my Twitter, but here, let me pull it up. So this, it's so comical when she does this, like literally in like the next sentence, pretty much, or the next post, however you want to look at it. But here we have 2 posts by Katie Joy. One, she says, I am not a cult leader. I do not demand loyalty. Right here. I should have added this in there too. Also, Katie Joy, the last thing I ever want is for my followers. Okay, but anyways. But then the next post. Also, to my devoted viewers and followers, thank you. But I'm not a cult. My devoted followers and viewers, thank you. But we're not a cult. Okay. Oh, yeah, I want to put a link to that up there. Okay, so I'm going to put a link in the chat, and I will also add it to the description when I'm able to. Let me pull this up. For those who have not yet watched Tina's latest video, I highly suggest you check it out. It's only a minute long. I would play it here, but I don't want to take views away from her. So I'm going to really tease you with it in hopes that you will go over there and check it out. You won't be disappointed, though. You won't be. So. Here's the link. Here. I highly suggest you check that shit out. Oh. Okay, but my real name's not the channel name. EKC People Suck. I mean, it's my initials. Mine said true. I mean, yeah, they're my initials, but it's not my name. And like, I'm not even, I don't know. Well, like my email, the email I use for it is my EKC People Suck email. And that is, I mean, I listed my name when I made the email, but I also, like when I have to, when you have to approve something to talk with your YouTube channel or whatever, I get 2 options that come up. I get EKC People Suck, or I get Aaron Costello with my email address, or YouTube is the thing that says EKC People Suck. So, and I have to pick, I think it's the YouTube one. I don't know. So, but either way though, that's not my name. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I'm wondering, see, I get these things in my spam sometimes, but lately they've been coming directly to my inbox. I get offers to like partner up or collaborate, but it's not like one creator to another creator. It's like a company trying to like collect creators to sign on with them. And they offer you things like, oh, we'll give you money for new equipment, this and that, but they want a stake in your channel. So that's why I'm kind of wondering if it's something like that. I mean, I don't know I haven't really looked into the details. I don't care to do it, period. Regardless of what the terms are, it seems sketch to me. It really does. So I don't know if the terms or whatever in that could account for something like this. I don't know. I wonder though if it's something like that. Yes, Kimberly, she did admit that the heart holes healed on their own. They were expected to, though, too. See, thank you, Kimberly. That's once they repair, it's fixed. She says it's not curable, but that's not true. When it's repaired, it's fixed. Even the surgery that he had, she says that he will probably have to repeat the surgery after puberty, which is a very weird way to mark the time frame there. But anyways, she said that he would probably have to repeat the surgery for the repair. Then she says he will never be cured. Well, isn't the repair the cure? I mean, it's sure it could also be argued to be maintenance, but isn't maintaining it also kind of the cure because you're not having to worry about it? I don't know. It's not uncommon in preemies. They tend to self-repair within the first year. I did not know that. Okay. Maybe, yeah, then maybe you're right there, Jujubee. Some sort of tax or legal loophole. I'm guessing it has to do with AdSense. Is it going to an individual or a business? Yeah, that could be it, maybe. Like, yeah, it's not her who signed up for the channel so much as it's her LLC, that her company that signed up for the channel. You have pre-recorded months of Sea Monkey videos. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's late. I have to go to work in like 10 hours or some shit. So I have Wednesday and Thursday off this week, and I will hopefully be announcing a stream like early before I go to work tomorrow anyways. But I'm going to be announcing it early so people, just are aware of it. But look for a very special stream coming up on either Wednesday or Thursday. And I'm not going to say anything more about that just yet. I want to say it all at once, and I also want to be in agreement and confirm without all those involved. So on that note, I'm going to get going. Thank you all for being here, and I'm sorry to keep you up late again. I'll try to stream earlier from now on. But I'm so glad that you guys still showed up. Thank you. Bye.